From the historic East Cobb Baseball Complex in Metro Atlanta, this is the 2014 Travel Ball National Championship powered by Nations Baseball and TravelBallSelect.com. It's the national championship game between Georgia and California in the 12U classification. Hello again, everybody. Alongside my broadcast partner, Rob Bruno, I'm Chris Mooneyham. The show from San Diego, Southern California, takes on Signature Park Team Combat from Houston, Georgia. Well now, obviously one team in a double elimination tournament, 10-team field, comes from the loser's bracket into the championship game, and one team comes out of the winner's bracket. San Diego has been awfully impressive, undefeated in bracket play.
Chris, they've been undefeated, but then you've got another team at Signature Park Team Combat that's really gotten hot in that double elimination deal. So they've had a chance to get hot. Now, the drawback is they're really tired, but they're really swinging a great bat.
7-0, San Diego has not lost since they came to East Cobb. And the leadoff batter, a ground out to the second baseman, 4-3, Zach Green, is retired. Georgia will be the home team in this affair, a team that was 2-1-1 in pool play.
Actually, San Diego show, home team.
What'd I say?
Georgia will be the visitors.
Georgia will be the visiting team.
Sir.
Did I misspeak?
Well, you said
apologize.
Home team. That's okay.
Well, visiting team. They're up here batting first, so that was my intent. I apologize for that.
They are literally the home team as far as they're from Georgia.
Right, and Zach Green with the leadoff ground out, 4-3, and here's Keaton Anthony. He'll be followed by Corey Collins, and that one in the dirt to even the count at 1.
Griffin Zamora on the hill for the show, taught to Coach Anthony, 4-pitch mix. He's a strike thrower, kind of a Greg Maddux kind of guy, not overpowering, but will change speeds. Throw 4 pitches and throw them at any count. He's their guy. He's their ace. This is what they've been waiting for.
Griffin with 3 innings to his credit so far in the championship, and a liner is sent out to right and off the glove of the right fielder, or the first baseman rather, and Anthony going to reach.
And again, the key to beating this team is you're going to have to change speeds. If they showed that if you throw 75 right down the middle, they're going to hit you.
California, San Diego show, the number 1 seed coming out of pool play into the bracket play. And they were also the highest rated team nationally coming into play beginning on Wednesday. SP Team Combat out of Georgia, the number 4 seed into bracket play. They lost their opening ball game and then won through the loser's bracket to get to this title game. Lost to Indiana Lids Bulls Black in a 4-5 matchup. Fell down into that loser's bracket, as I mentioned.
For me, Chris, this is the best hitting team versus the best defensive team.
Took out Motor City, then the Ohio Bombers, then the Dallas Mustangs, and then a little earlier today, they knocked out a team from the state of Florida to get to this championship game. Collins at the plate now. Corey has been, well, to say productive would be an understatement. Corey in his last ball game, a 2-run home run, a solo home run, a single, and a walk to his credit. And he's ahead. No, count even at 2.
Tried a backdoor breaking ball, just missed the corner. And Zamora's going to have to get that call. Now they're going to come up on the fastball.
Popped up, foul back, right behind us and out of play.
You know, this show team's going to do some things that other teams won't quite do. They're going to mix pitches up a little bit more. They're going to work backwards a little bit more. They're going to set up pitches with next pitches. They're a little bit more sophisticated in some of the things they do because their coaches coach at a higher level and come down and dictate the same exact thing.
Deep center, ball still carrying, head towards the batter's eye in straightaway center field, and caught right there, about 2, maybe 3 feet shy of the fence. So Collins retired on the F8, and now Hudson Sapp. Between Collins and Sapp, you're talking about 2 guys that have been as good as anybody throughout the 5-day Travel Ball National Championship.
They've both swung the bat extremely, extremely well. And again, Sapp is, for me, the best pitcher here.
Well, both guys reached in their last ball game, an elimination bracket ball game, and they both reached 4 times. While Collins was knocking 2 over the fence, Sapp walked 3 times and had a single as well. And, of course, came on to get the final 3 outs for his team.
He had a big home run the game before that. Earlier in the day, he had a big home run.
He did indeed.
Tomahawked the ball to left center.
A 2-run home run in the 3rd inning of Game 1. And then also drove in a run with a single in that epic 11-run 5th inning where they took out the Dallas Mustangs of Texas.
And in between games, he sold broiled peanuts. He literally did it all. Does that make him a triple threat? Great pitch.
They did, in fact, cut at it. Zamora a strike away from getting out of the inning. The most consistent hitting team for the entire week, San Diego. The best team over the last couple of days, this team from Georgia. Deep right center field, way back there, and it's off the base of the wall. Or did that ball get out? It did, in fact, get out.
Yep.
It was knocked off a tree, and it turns into a bomb.
That was a tree shot.
A 2-run home run for Hudson Sapp. And Georgia leads in the bottom of the 1st, or the top of the 1st, 2-0. That's the 2nd home run of the day for Sapp. And a strike to start Alex Freeland. Alex has been just about everywhere over the last couple of days. Off-speed pitch in the dirt.
Good breaking ball over. Quickly to 1-2.
Zamora gets a swing and a miss out of Freeland, and the inning is over. But through a half inning here in East Cobb, Georgia leads California 2-0 on TravelBallSelect.com.
How important is confidence to success in travel baseball? 80% is the most common answer I get, and it may be even more. Baseball is hard enough the way it is, but I find that some of the biggest robbers of confidence in young players is their parents and coaches. So go to Play Big Travel Ball right now and get my free report, 3 hidden mistakes even top travel ball coaches make that crush player confidence and turn wins into losses. And I'll give you the fixes for them as well. So go get my free report at playbigtravelball.com.
Great hitters aren't born, they're made. Swing Away makes them.
Hi, I'm Bryce Harper. If you want to be a better hitter, all you have to do is swing away.
Now, all baseball players and softball players can train like the pros. Hit anywhere, anytime, inside or out. Players of all ages and skill levels can get serious and immediate results with the Swing Away.
Swing Away will make you a better hitter, period.
You're just a swing away from becoming a great hitter at swingaway.com.
Back here in East Cobb in Metro Atlanta for the 2014 Travel Ball Select National Championship. And the 12-year-olds going to decide their national champions today. Next week, we'll crown more national champions. For further details, just peruse the website right in front of you, and you'll be able to find all the details. We'll have more action for you, live action, archived action on the website. Next week, Angelo Peraza, Larry Nelson, Matt Schlesner, the guaranteed 3 for the San Diego Show of Southern California. The show led by Luis Lorenzana, head coach, and Anthony Stable. Signature Park led by Herb Schuler, Mike Anthony, Bobby Freeland, and Brad Green. And, of course, Herb Schuler's son is Josh. And Josh, the left-hander, or the right-hander, pardon me.
The big, tall right-hander.
On the mound for Georgia. His 1-1 to Peraza stays high. Schuler, by the way, as we watch the innings, has just 3 innings to play with in this championship game.
Gotcha.
He's up to 8. 8 for the tournament.
Whereas Zamora has all 6 of his accompaniment, so he can go the whole way if necessary.
Hard hit down to third. Backhanded play. Look at that stab. And he throws it down the right field line. With that one just a little bit too low for his first baseman, Corey Collins.
The dangerous Larry hitting now. I love this kid.
Yep. So it's an E5 and a
Larry Nelson.
bad E5 at that. I don't mean that to pick on the kid. What I mean by that is because of the man that's coming up next, Larry Nelson, who has been very, very good in the tournament so far. Nelson to center field this time. Another home run. The ball really flying out of Field 4 here at the East Cobb Baseball Complex. We've seen so many home runs today. This time for the San Diego Show's Larry Nelson, and we're tied at 2.
As Coach Anthony says, as Larry goes, they go, especially on offense. He's their spark, and he just showed why.
That'll get us to Slazener. Tell you what I'm going to do at the break. I'm going to count up all the home runs that we've seen through our games just today.
A plethora of home runs, that's for sure.
You think we've reached 10?
Oh, gosh. Yes.
I think we have.
I think we have.
Yep. Larry's got 2 of them himself. It has been quite a day power-wise. Center field, base hit. A rocket shot off the bat of the right-handed hitting first baseman, Matt Slazener.
Yeah, that ball was smoked. You know, Josh is not fooling anybody right now. You got Mr. Cervantes here, my Giancarlo Stanton look-alike. You got those big old shoulders and big legs and small waist and rangy guy. Come inside a little bit? No. Try to. Target was set in. There's a power versus power matchup here. Josh is going to be just fine on the hill one of these days. He's on 5'10", nice and long, loose arm, good levers. As I said, I really think he's a true prospect going forward. He's got a lot of stuff going for him.
Schuler to Cervantes and stays high. Cervantes, a strikeout, a ground out, and an intentional walk. In his earlier affair. Ball game that the Show won in walk-off fashion.
And that's 4 straight.
Yes, indeed it is.
So
oh boy,
Herb's going to go have a talk. They're going to have to switch this up a little bit. You don't want to get caught from behind here. This is a good San Diego club.
An error, a 2-run homer, a single, and a walk in the inning. Chad Abel headed to the plate. San Diego reached this point by walking off on Florida's South Central Select. They won 4-3 to get to this point. SC Select was undefeated going into that game, and as we see so often, they went down in the loser's bracket and lost a second consecutive ball game to this very same Georgia team.
Great bunt.
Will it roll foul? No, sir. Fair ball.
What a fantastic bunt. And San Diego show, that's what we were talking about. They play a sophisticated game. They're going to play some small ball when they need. They play great defense. They throw strikes. They're not the most physical team you're going to see. That said, they got a couple guys that can get it done.
And now Kevin Shim.
He went big fly last game.
He sure did. In the 5th inning of that last game. This one's driven to center field and deep to the track and the wall. The catch is made. Runners tagging at third and coming to the plate to give San Diego, the SoCal men, a 3-2 lead.
Nice job tagging at second base as well.
And now Grant Anderson. Anderson was the man at the plate when a wild pitch allowed the game-winning run to score. And that winner's bracket championship walk-off win. Swing and a miss. Grant the EH in this ball game. San Diego 4-0 in pool play. 46-5. They outscored their opponents 46-5. Schuler's fastball tails away 1-1. Beat Ohio Bombers 13-2, the Georgia Raiders 8-1, SC Select 8-2, and the Dallas Patriots 17-0.
First, third, starting the
Ground
runner.
ball down to third.
That's going to get another
Runner
run
will
in.
come to the plate and score easily. They'll take the smart out and get out number 2. Now 4-2, San Diego out in front.
Still have a man in scoring position at second. See what they can do.
With Justin Campos to the plate. Now 2-0. Campos 0 for 2 in that winner's bracket championship game with 2 strikeouts. And now Schuler back into the at-bat at 2-1. Swoops outside. Three and 1 count. Ground ball into right field, base hit. They're gonna wave him. Here comes the throw. Could be close. It's cut off out in front of the plate. Runner's still gonna make it down to second. Sliding in safely is able with no real play, and it's an RBI single by Campos.
Nice hit, and he did a really nice job moving back into scoring position because that relay throw had a big arc. He saw that he was going to miss the cutoff man and took advantage of it. It's just a great job of base running, and they're going to do that. If you make a mistake, they're going to make you pay.
And now Pyatt. And Fisher smacks one into right field for a base hit. Rounding third and coming to the plate is Campos, and he will score. And San Diego's erupted now here in the bottom half of the first.
They're going to make a change right now. Just couldn't get out of the first today.
Well, that will cause a series of very interesting decisions moving forward in this ball game if George is able to get back in it and get caught in a tight affair moving forward. Looks like Josh Downs is going to come back out onto the mound and be the second time we've seen him just today. Downs went 3 innings in our 10 a.m. ball game against the Dallas Mustangs and pitched pretty well. Got hit a little bit, but for all intents and purposes, really pitched well considering how good that team was.
He kept the score down.
Right.
And that's what he did.
If you're wondering about the innings count, now he sits, on 6 total, but in the end what's important is his daily total, which is at 3 for today. So he can't reach his 11, obviously, is what I'm getting at. And 6 is the 1 day, right, 6 is the 1 day total that you can reach. So the max he can go in this ball game, in other words, 3 innings. Two runs in the top half of the first inning for Signature Park Team Combat of Georgia. Keaton Anthony reached on an error, and with 2 men out, Hudson Sapp drilled one into center field off a tree. About 260 out there.
That was quite a shot.
Gave his team a 2-0 lead. Well, the ball got out so quick and hit that tree out there and came back into play. I thought it went off the fence, quite frankly.
A little ricochet.
Yeah, absolutely. But now here in the bottom half of the first.
This is the guy, Zamora, here. He's not been hitting in this tournament up to his capabilities. He's got a lot more in him. It wouldn't surprise me if he got off the schneid here.
Throw down to second.
We got it.
And he'll be in safely. Oh, my goodness, they called him out.
He must have come off the base, or he never got there.
Well, now here in the second, SoCal erupts for 6 runs in the inning. Zamora will lead off the second inning when we come back here in just a few moments. To the top half we go. 6-2, SoCal leads Georgia in the 2014 12U National Championship game on TravelBallSelect.com.
This is Nations Baseball.
Matty Ice to the plate, driven, high, deep, gone. Gets over the fence by about a foot.
Nations Baseball features the most complete roster and team classification systems in the country, allowing for true class play, matching teams of equal skill levels better than any other organization on the planet. Teams compete in Metro, Select, Elite, and Premier classes in leagues and tournaments around the nation for a chance to attend World Series and National Championship events in the most attractive locations in the country.
That's it. 3 in a row to first base, and that will end it.
Hi, I'm Bryce Harper. And the only anti-glare product that I use is Warrior Black, and you should too.
Georgia strikes for 2 runs in the top half of the first. And Southern California answers for 6 in the bottom of the first. So now, well, all of a sudden now, Georgia has the work cut out for them. And a liner down to first by Schuler. And it turns into out number 1. Anderson with great reflexes.
Oh, boy. And I'll tell you, that ball was hit absolutely on the button. He's a little frustrated that he got out, but you really can't be. You hit the ball that hard, you did your job. That guy did his job.
Hunter Marsh now.
That ball was crushed. Good pitch.
0-1 count.
Starting off with a good breaking ball.
Want to make sure to remind you folks that Travel Ball Select, the Nation's Baseball, announced 2015 Travel Ball National Championship qualifying events will return to Miami, Louisville, and Atlanta. Houston, Charlotte, Detroit, Birmingham, Chicago, and Las Vegas, along with 3 new locations. All dates will be announced August 22nd on TravelBallSelect.com. Deep second, and called and caught at short. Timidly called and caught, but
yeah, he didn't take control there. And again, we've seen Zamora.
Fisher Pyatt.
Right, Fisher does a nice job, but we've seen Zamora there, and Zamora is a take-charge guy. Now he's on the mound right now. Now, I'll tell you what's really nice. They're calling pitches, and they're setting up different things. They throw a fastball in, and he hit his spot. Most of these guys cannot hit their fastball in. They'll miss away. They don't want to come in too much or hit anybody. But Zamora's got command.
Sam Holly now.
Right where he wants to, right there. And he's really hitting a spot. Sam's a good little player. I like both these twins. They're good players. They're going to grow. And it's just one of those things they've got, again, the skill level. Yeah, they've just got to grow, and they will. Kids grow so much differently.
Into right. Quick, and I mean quick. Top half of the second inning. Exactly what you wanted if you're the San Diego Show. Bottom half of the second coming up. 4-run lead on TravelBallSelect.com.
Here's a game I invite you to play during the next half inning. Rate each player from 0 to 10 how confident he looks. How confident you think each guy is. Rate him 0 to 10, and then notice what you're basing your assessment on. If you want extra credit, do the same for yourself. How are you sitting right now? How are you moving? How are you breathing? How confident 0 to 10 are you right now in whatever it is that you might be working on in your life? I'm Dr. Tom Hansen, founder of the Play Big Academy, and for the last 30 years, I've been studying confidence in baseball and business, all aspects of life, and what makes people take action boldly and confidently, and what has people wilt away under the pressure. If you want to take the first step, I give away my #1 secret, the Hall of Famer's secret. This is what I learned studying Hank Aaron, Rod Cruz, Stan Musial, Carly Yastrzemski, interviewing them. This is the #1 secret. Go to travelballsecrets.com and do the exercise that's there and feel yourself take that boost to the next level. It's your first step. Go to travelballsecrets.com.
Well, it has been some kind of day here at the East Cobb Baseball Complex in Metro Atlanta. 12 home runs in, let's see, 6, 12, 17, now 19 innings of baseball in our 4th game of play. 12 home runs.
Unbelievable.
You know, fans, I was mentioning a moment ago the sites for the qualifiers for the 2015 Travel Ball National Championships. Remember, there's more than one way to get here. If your team's ranked by Travel Ball Select, you could receive one of the 12 automatic invitations, and you can also earn a berth by winning one of those 12 Travel Ball qualifying events. For more information, it's right here on the website, or you can email info@travelballselect.com for notifiers. More information, if you will. August 22nd, remember, that's the big day. Griff Zamora to lead things off here in the home half of the second. He was at the plate.
Really had a great shutdown inning, that last inning, and that was important. Yeah. You know, he gave up 2, but they got back 6, and he got a shutdown top of 2. And, you know, we spoke a little bit earlier. He's not hit quite up to his capabilities, according to Coach Anthony. Coach Anthony says he can really hit, and he just hasn't quite done it yet. Don't be surprised if he gets another knock or 2. It doesn't take much for guys to get going. Once you get going, look out. Here come the floodgates.
12 home runs.
12 home runs in 3 1/3 innings.
Mercy. 3 1/3 games, you mean?
3 1/3 games, excuse me.
But that's okay. But even then, it wasn't even a full third game.
No, that's right.
We were an inning short.
Right. Now they are going to run for Zamora.
Yeah, Zamora will come out. You're right about that. Who did they have come out for him? I missed the number. Was it 25, Rob?
I did not see it. We'll get it.
Stephen Fry, or Frey if you prefer, F-R-E-Y.
I think it'll be Fry.
I didn't get the pronunciation.
We're going to go with Fry.
Fry sounds good.
So I know somebody that's F-R-E-Y that was Fry. So we'll go with that until we're told differently. That happens a lot. We're okay with that. The guy they call affectionately Jello, Angelo Peraza. Good-looking catcher. He's done a nice job today.
Sure. Reached via an error his first time up, and now Fry going to make his way down to second on the wild pitch.
No relation to Glenn Fry.
Probably not.
No, I believe that was an F-R-Y or White.
Right. Or the Fry family that used to own a lot of land up in Kennesaw, Georgia.
Well, or Fry's Electronics or Fry's grocery store. And they're in the Phoenix area.
We could do this all day.
And they're in the Phoenix area, and
we could do this all day.
Yeah. They lived in Martinez, California. So
Peraza with a chance at an RBI now.
Good pitch.
Downs pitch right across for a strike.
Okay, so we're going slightly off topic here. Not as much as we just did. The camo is in. All the camo. We see the camo.
Oh yeah.
You got camo. You've got it on the Evo Shield stuff. You've got it on the shirts. How many more years do we have camo? Is it with us forever?
How many more?
Seriously.
How long will it be in vogue?
How long will it be in vogue?
I
say 2 years.
Yeah, I'll give you about, I was going to say 3, so yeah.
I think it's on its way out. Hot this year, maybe next year, the year after? No. What's the next fad in uniforms for kids? They're going to go vintage, the vintage off-color, cream color, and
sure,
vintage,
I can see that, yeah.
Vintage gray-blue with the old Negro League look.
Swing and a miss.
With the short bill. I love that.
Peraza goes down via the strikeout.
I love that look.
Well, one of the East Cobb teams here, the East Cobb Astros, one of the youth teams, wears the old school rainbow Astros uniform
Absolutely.
still. Been wearing that. There's always been a team. I believe now, I'd have to check with the officials here for sure at East Cobb, but I think there's been one team always throughout the history of this complex, and of course going all the way back to the 80s when they didn't have the complex, but they had East Cobb teams nonetheless, that has always worn the rainbow fronting.
That's a fact. Gary Baldwin's group.
Right.
And, there's no question about that.
Swing and a miss. By the way, Larry Nelson now at the plate. Larry with a 2-run home run in the first inning to start the scoring for the show of San Diego. Some people watching out there may be wondering why when you come back on air do you say this is the historic East Cobb baseball complex? Well,
in my mind, there are a lot of reasons, but they've had, I think that East Cobb has started the resurgence of baseball in the Southeast. They truly have. They've got an incredible amount of big leaguers. This park has seen the Frank Coors of the world, all the greats. All the greats that have come on, and now all the great players in the country come out this way for a pilgrimage to find out how good they are. He's going to beat that. Nobody's there.
Little cue shot. You're right about that.
Yeah. Larry runs too well. Whenever I think of Larry, I think of Larry David.
Infield single for Nelson. So a walk, a strikeout, and an infield single gets us to Matt Slazener. Slazener already with a single to his credit to continue the scoring burst in the first inning. I would implore some of you fans out there watching, if you're a baseball historian, just go to the East Cobb website, and they have a link of former players, guys who have come through the East Cobb program. Now, this goes all the way back, by the way, to before they had the complex again, all the way back into the 80s, guys who played for the East Cobb programs, but even before they had the complex, as, of course, you see Nelson make his way down to second with the steal. Just some names for you here, and this is just a sampling of some of the names I pulled off of the website. Adam Everett, Brandon Phillips, Buster Posey, Brian McCann, Dominic Brown, David Hale, who plays for the Atlanta Braves right now, Gordon Beckham, Jason Jones, guy who played here locally at Kennesaw State and at Osborne High School. He was a major leaguer for the Texas Rangers, guy that I went to school with when we were in high school and college together. Jason Hayward, Jeff Rancour, Jeff Keppinger, Kyle Farnsworth, Chris Benson, Kyle Davies, Marlon Bird, Nick Markakis, Quincy Carter, that's right, that Quincy Carter, Shane Monahan, Zach Wheeler. Again, that's just a sampling as that ball bounces foul right before it gets to the bag.
And the other part is, all the teams from the East Coast to the West Coast, if you want to find out how you stack up against the best players in the country, they hold some of the top tournaments here.
Right.
And it's a pilgrimage to East Cobb to find out where you stack up. It's a measuring stick.
Right.
And that's the greatness of this program here, of this complex, what they've done.
Slazener to short, and they're coming to the plate. Freeland's throw in time to gun down the runner.
Nice throw by Freeland.
Beautiful, beautiful.
And with one out, you got to go there. It's just Freeland just made a good play, as he does. Now, there's a first-third situation.
6-2 fielder's choice.
Yeah, they're going to want to get – we've talked about this before, that 4-run lead as opposed to the 5-run lead, because there is no such thing as a 5-run home run as far as you and I know. That's a big lead. So you get to that 5-run cushion. Wouldn't surprise me, even if they get the big fella Cervantes up, would not surprise me if they did something here to get that extra run.
Justin at the plate, whom you mentioned, Cervantes with a walk in his only plate appearance. Of course, that was just last inning, as they sent nearly the entire lineup to the plate in a 6-run first inning.
Right. I believe he doubles as your bodyguard as well, doesn't he?
He does.
Yeah.
Doesn't take a lot.
No.
Just double his allowance. I mean,
That's
he's
right.
12, so I don't have to pay him that much, right? Down to short. Freeland with another opportunity. Alex guns him down, and the inning is over. So Georgia gets in trouble in the bottom half of the second, but keeps the lead at 4. 6-2, California leads through 2 on travelballselect.com.
This is Nations Baseball.
Matty Ice to the plate, driven, high, deep, gone. Gets over the fence by about a foot.
Nations Baseball features the most complete roster and team classification systems in the country, allowing for true class play, matching teams of equal skill levels better than any other organization on the planet. Teams compete in Metro, Select, Elite, and Premier classes in leagues and tournaments around the nation for a chance to attend World Series and National Championship events in the most attractive locations in the country.
That's it. 3 in a row to first base, and that will end it.
Hi, I'm Bryce Harper. And the only anti-glare product that I use is Warrior Black, and you should too.
A strike to start things in the visitors' half of the third. Josh Downs, and then back to the top of the order, and Zach Green and Keaton Anthony. Ground ball, shortstop, and deep shortstop at that. Good play to stay with it. Keep the arm angle low instead of shifting high, changing body position, and a good throw down to first by Fisher Pyatt for the out.
In the show, they just don't make very many mistakes.
Yeah, that's right.
They throw strikes and they play defense. Now, that doesn't mean you can't beat them if you crush the ball where they're not. Okay. And this team's capable of that. Oh, that's a great breaking ball. A little bit up. Very sharp.
Since the 2-run home run by Hudson Sapp, 5 consecutive men retired.
Fastball in here. Oh, we worked our way. Set up inside anyway. And again, their philosophy is they're going to challenge here. They're going to pitch to contact. That said, you have to still throw strikes.
Sure. Zach Green, the batter now. Zach with that 3-0 count. Ground out as he led off the ball game, 4-3. And the old automatic drops in to get Zamora back in the at-bat at 3-1. And going back to that East Cobb Baseball Complex talk, I'm very fortunate to have grown up in this Metro Atlanta area as Green takes the walk. Again, first man to reach since there were 2 outs in the first inning. I'm very fortunate to have grown up in this town, in this area, the East Cobb area, I mean. Just a pure coincidence. It's not even why I got this job. But a lot of the guys that I listed off to you there earlier, I grew up watching a lot of those guys because a good many of the Metro Atlanta guys, Georgia guys, of course, reaching all the way back into the 80s. I forget what year it was, but they had a team, gosh, I don't know, maybe 87 or 88. A lot of plaques around here as you head out.
Yes.
I know you've seen the stone monuments out there.
Right. They've got an amazing trophy room.
They had one team that had, I think, 6 draftees on it. That one served into right field, a solid opposite field hit by Keaton Anthony. I'll make sure I get that young man's name right. He's been good today.
Keaton's done a great job.
Indeed.
Good 2-hitter. Really good player. Really good player. And here's our boy Corey Collins. We've seen him all day long, and I don't even have to look anymore at their names. They're walking up there, and I know who they are at this point.
Right.
Especially if they've done something. I'm not gonna one up what you just said about the 6 draftees, but we had one team for our group, 2005 high school grads. In 2005 and 2008, they went pretty good. We had 5 of the first 50 picks of the draft.
Oh, wow.
There's
Deep center.
Collins. There's
Deep
Collins.
center. Carrying out of here.
Did it
A
again.
3-run home run just when they needed it. It looked as though their offense may be going cold, and they've had a few streaks this year over the summer where the offense has gone cold, and now Georgia's right back in it. A 3-run home run for Corey Collins, and it's 6-5. And yet again, another home run.
Right. That's number 13.
Gracious, what a day.
So, anyway, the same nucleus of kids, about 15 of them that graduated 2005 high school. 6 of them made the big leagues.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. I was a very smart coach when I had them because they
Yeah,
made
sure.
me look awfully good.
And I'll tell you that number, by the way, I just threw that out there. I don't know how. I'm pretty
believe
close
it.
on that number, yeah.
I'll bet
but,
you they had even more than that.
Yeah, and I may be off,
Yeah.
but, well, I'm certainly probably off because I don't know
here's-
the number for sure. But either way, the point is that there are always these hotbeds all across
gosh.
the country, whether it's where you're talking about or over here or in Texas or Florida. It's just there are certain areas.
And the San Diego area is one of them.
And here's Hudson Sapp.
Well, here's a guy right here.
Yeah, if yours is Zamora, you better be careful here,
Yeah.
or you'll go from a 6-2 lead
To
to
tie
2
it up.
batters in a tie ball game.
Yeah, Collins has really showed his mettle. Well, that was a safe 4-run lead, and now it's back to 1. And they're going to go talk to him.
That, I believe, is a very good idea. Well, remember, the 2-run home run came from Sapp, the man who just walked, with 2 men out in the first inning. Then a strikeout, a line out, pop up, a fly out, and a ground out. The next 5 batters. 2 in the first, 1, 2, 3 in the second, and then the first man here in this 3rd inning was retired with the ground out. Then a walk, a single, the 3-run homer, and now a walk to Sapp. And Zamora looked very good as he got his way, maneuvered his way through the bottom half of the Georgia lineup.
So Sapp runs extremely well. You've got Freeland hitting left-handed. You got a hit-and-run situation here, maybe a delay situation to block off with the lefty for the catcher, maybe just a straight steal, fake bunt type thing. Wouldn't surprise me if they got him over somehow, some way, because he can really run. There he goes.
Yep.
And it was a hit and run.
Either way, no matter, I think, whatever the strategy is of the scenarios you just went through, you got to strike while the iron's hot. So
That's
do
right.
something.
Well,
Don't sit on it and just let Freeland
Sapp's
swing.
running. Now, interesting thing is he's got no lead. He's got a 2-foot lead, Chris, but he's got it plus speed. Now he's off a little bit farther. He can get another half step.
Zamora, the right-hander, kicks and fires. Sweeps outside, count even at 1.
Very interesting. It was a breaking ball count, and I thought that would have been the time to run. This would not surprise me right now if they called a pitch out.
He's going again. Fastball's low, and he's in sliding safely. Sapp with the stolen base.
Would have been a good time to do it.
So Freeland now with an RBI opportunity.
I'm surprised we hit a ball through the right side.
High and away.
Fouls off to the left.
They may have a play on this ball. It does stay in play, but beyond the reach of the 2 fielders.
And it's a little thing, but the pitcher's got to get over to third base just in case that guy tags from second. Because the shortstop and third baseman were in pursuit. Nobody was at third. And Freeland's kind of been a guy for them. I don't know if the count is here. The count's not right on the board. Maybe a 3-2 possibly, 2-2.
Yep.
Yeah.
3-2. I think it's right now, yeah.
But they're kind of used to him being a guy that gets things done here, kind of a catalyst. Wouldn't surprise me if he got something done here.
Runner's breaking again, fouled away.
Oh. They're not going to call it. possibly a
Yeah.
catcher interference. But
Yeah, Freeland
the
asking
reality,
for it.
Yeah, and everybody kind of said yes, but the reality is if they have to ask, probably means that they didn't see it in the first place. So it's very difficult to overturn. A guy usually would come in and say, here's what I saw.
2 of the 4 officials I could see visually shaking their heads saying they did not see it. And the call will not be made. Okay. 5-3-1, by the way, for Georgia. Batting here in the top half of the 3rd inning. 6-5-1 for Southern California, the home team. Alex Freeland at the plate with 1 man gone, trying to tie this thing up with a base hit. Sapp going again, and it's...
Oh, he's in trouble.
I thought it was ball 4, but now it doesn't matter because they've got him in a rundown, and they will apply the tag on Sapp. Mercy.
That was questionable. Yeah, that's too bad. With a left-handed hitter,
Yeah,
you really
absolutely.
don't want to steal third. And you're in position already. You can really run. Yeah, I don't know if he did that on his own. My thought is yes.
I'll tell you what my thing is that now you've got Schuler coming up, who's been swinging the bat pretty well.
Right.
And a left-handed guy who could pull. With 1 man out, he could hit one to deep second base, and you could get a speedy runner to the plate. On a misplayed ball.
Yeah, with 1 out, you're already there. I'd rather have 2 cracks at getting you in at second.
So Schuler now at the plate with 2 men out and a runner at first.
By the way, I don't think
Ball
I
1.
can you see the center fielder? Is he over at Ackworth over there?
He is about as deep as he can go.
My goodness gracious.
Popped him up. Ball carrying up there in that wind, being all swirled around back there, and the center fielder
catch.
makes the catch in left center field. Battling the sun and the wind, and the inning comes to a close. However, a 3-run home run off the bat of Corey Collins gets Georgia right back in it and shaves the lead to 6-5 to the bottom of the 3rd on TravelBallSelect.com.
Here's a game I invite you to play during the next half inning. Rate each player from 0 to 10 how confident he looks. How confident you think each guy is. Rate him 0 to 10, and then notice what you're basing your assessment on. If you want extra credit, do the same for yourself. How are you sitting right now? How are you moving? How are you breathing? How confident 0 to 10 are you right now in whatever it is that you might be working on in your life? I'm Dr. Tom Hansen, founder of the Play Big Academy, and for the last 30 years, I've been studying confidence in baseball and business, all aspects of life, and what makes people take action boldly and confidently, and what has people wilt away under the pressure. If you want to take the first step, I give away my #1 secret, the Hall of Famer's secret. This is what I learned studying Hank Aaron, Rod Cruz, Stan Musial, Carly Yastrzemski, interviewing them. This is the #1 secret. Go to travelballsecrets.com and do the exercise that's there and feel yourself take that boost to the next level. It's your first step. Go to travelballsecrets.com.
Home half of the 3rd and a brand new ball game now. Show need to try to bear down if they want to get a couple of runs here and get a little bit more breathing room. They own a 1-run lead in the home half of the 3rd. So 2014 Travel Ball Select National Championship. Georgia versus California. We have a change on the mound, by the way. Make sure we get that to you. Zach Green is the new man on the mound for Signature Park Team Combat out of Houston, Georgia. taking over for Josh Downs. Downs moves over to second. And this one fouled away by Chad Abel. Chad, an infield single in the first, part of that 6-run outburst in the opening frame for the home standing show of San Diego.
Why packing? Question mark.
Lefty kicks and fires. A little cue shot
Little
off the end of the
inside
bat,
out, yeah.
caught by Costal at third. Marsh came out, by the way. He was the third baseman. Costal came into the ball game to replace him at third, and the working theory of the broadcasters, Rob Bruno and yours truly, Chris Mooneyham, is that we believe Marsh will be the next man on the mound.
Next man up.
The boys from Georgia. And now Shim. Having a sacrifice fly RBI, his first time up.
And we saw him leave the yard the game before.
Yep. He's been a run producer. He drove in the 4th run of this ball game for the show. One. Stays high. Walked him. One out walk to Shim, and that'll get us to Grant Anderson. Anderson, the extra hitter, hitting to a fielder's choice. Back in that aforementioned first inning. And he's ahead in the count here, 1-0. Zach a little frustrated after that ball touched the dirt. Timeout called. Coach Schuler came popping out of the dugout quickly, calling timeout. Wonder what this is about. What do you think?
I think he's just going to try and settle him down here and say, hey, you know what? You need to throw strikes here. Give our defense a chance. Pitch to contact. I think he's trying to be a little bit too fine. Kind of aim the ball instead of just let it rip and go hit your target. And if they hit it, they hit it. Also might be giving somebody else a little bit more time to warm up. Could be twofold. Good pitch.
Strike on the outside corner. Great way to answer a coach's meeting. 2-1. One man out. Bottom half of the third. San Diego trying to add to their lead. Stays high, 3-1. Swing and a miss.
Could have been ball 4 there. But you'd rather have it more aggressive.
Yep. I think Grant Made his mind up before the pitch came in.
I'm going to swing.
Oh, and he may have just done it again.
Yeah.
Shim just stole second base uncontested. It's a strikeout of Anderson, and that'll get us to Justin Campos. Well, you can't say Green doesn't have nerves of steel. He threw 2 pitches right in the same exact spot.
Yeah.
Neither of them blazing fastballs. Campos takes ball 1. RBI single to his credit. The first inning drove in the 5th run for the show. Down and low.
So in reality, he's throwing a lot of balls in a row, but they swung at a couple of them. That became strikes.
Lined in a left field, falling base hit. They're going to hold Shim at third wisely. And so runners at the corners with 1 man out. 2 men out, pardon me. Pop up by Abel and the strikeout of Anderson. So 2 men out, a walk and a single. Pop out, walk, strikeout, single in that order. And now Fisher Pyatt.
Back to the first, third situation that we've been talking about a lot. 2 outs. There's no question in my mind they're going to try and get something going here. And I have to believe it's going to be quick. Now, one play that we run, if I've got a guy on third base that can really run, I'll get a one-way lead over at first base with a hanging leg kick guy, and as soon as he lifts, I'd have my guy from third take off to home. And this is a guy I would do that on. As soon as he lifted, I would cheat and walk, and as soon as he lifted, I would absolutely take off.
Yeah.
We call it the Ray Charles play because he's stealing blind. But it's not politically correct, but that's what they call it. And they pitch it out.
Pitch out. And
now,
Green put that one over the plate a little too much.
Now, if he doesn't pick on our play, then we have to work back hard to third, which is fine. Strike. That's a good take. He hasn't thrown many strikes in a row.
Yeah.
What's up?
Off speed as well.
Yeah, this has got to be an action type pitch, I would think, with the runner here. And again, I don't know the runners.
You expect something to happen on 2-1.
I would have.
Yeah,
I would expect something on 2-1.
Yep. Had to come back fastball. Zach's got very little control, if any at all, on his off-speed pitches, it looks like.
Well, then what you do is you eliminate it and release that pitch and just sit on the fastball if you're a hitter.
Ground ball, deep short. Freeland will decide to go the easy way, obviously, and retire the side. California threatens but can't push across an insurance run. We're halfway home, and California leads Georgia 6-5.
Great hitters aren't born, they're made. Swing Away makes them.
Hi, I'm Bryce Harper. If you want to be a better hitter, all you have to do is swing away.
Now, all baseball players and softball players can train like the pros. Hit anywhere, anytime, inside or out. Players of all ages and skill levels can get serious and immediate results with the Swing Away.
Swing Away will make you a better hitter, period.
You're just a swing away from becoming a great hitter at swingaway.com.
This is Nations Baseball.
Matty Ice to the plate, driven, high, deep, gone. Gets over the fence by about a foot.
Nations Baseball features the most complete roster and team classification systems in the country, allowing for true class play, matching teams of equal skill levels better than any other organization on the planet. Teams compete in Metro, Select, Elite, and Premier classes in leagues and tournaments around the nation for a chance to attend World Series and National Championship events in the most attractive locations in the country.
That's it. 3 in a row to first base, and that will end it.
Jack Costles, Sam Holly, and Josh Downs. At least that should be your scheduled three here. Visitors half of the fourth inning. We get into the back half of the national championship game now. National championship for 2014. Oh, breaking ball inside corner, 0-2. Griffin Zamora trying to hold on to a one-run lead.
Foul ball.
Yes, he did get a piece of it, didn't he? Jack grimacing to himself as he looks down at the ground.
Would have been a good cricket play.
Jack's first plate appearance of the ball game. Pinch hitting for Hunter Marsh. Hunter was 0 for 1 with a pop-up to the shortstop in his only plate appearance. Right-hander deals to the right-hander at the plate. It sweeps outside for ball 2. Well, now they're saying 3-2. Called strike 3 outside corner, and Jack goes down via the backwards K.
Really painted the black on the outside corner there. Here comes the catcher.
The diminutive one, Sam Holly. Sam a fly out to right field in his only plate appearance so far. That part of a 1-2-3 second inning. Georgia led 2-0 after a half inning. Then 6 runs in the bottom half of the first inning for California. They held that lead until the third. And Corey Collins and Georgia rallied on the 3-run bomb by Collins to get his team back to 6-5. And for the second time, an F9 for Holly. And now Downs. 17-0 for 1 with a ground out to short. He started that third inning. Following his ground out, 5 consecutive guys reached base. He starts behind in the count, 0-1. He's been tough on the mound and tough at the plate. Scrappy, I think a good word for it. He's not been great at either one, but he's been fine. He's retired on the inning-ending ground out, and 1-2-3 goes Georgia in the top half of the fourth inning. San Diego coming to the plate with a 1-run lead.
Here's a game I invite you to play during the next half inning. Rate each player from 0 to 10 how confident he looks. How confident you think each guy is. Rate him 0 to 10, and then notice what you're basing your assessment on. If you want extra credit, do the same for yourself. How are you sitting right now? How are you moving? How are you breathing? How confident 0 to 10 are you right now in whatever it is that you might be working on in your life? I'm Dr. Tom Hansen, founder of the Playbig Academy, and for the last 30 years I've been studying confidence in baseball and business, all aspects of life, and what makes people take action boldly and confidently, and what has people wilt away under the pressure. If you want to take the first step, where I give away my #1 secret, the Hall of Famer's secret, this is what I learned studying Hank Aaron, Rod Cruz, Stan Musial, Carly Yastrzemski, interviewing them. This is the #1 secret. Go to travelballsecrets.com and do the exercise that's there and feel yourself take that boost to the next level. It's your first step. Go to travelballsecrets.com.
Griff Zamora, Angelo Peraza, and Larry Nelson in the home half of the 4th inning for the San Diego Show from Southern California, sitting on a 1-run lead, 6-5 over Signature Park. Team combat from Georgia. So California versus Georgia in the 2014 Travel Ball National Championship. Griff takes a strike outside corner. Zamora with a walk to start the 2nd inning. Green kicks and fires. Called strike 3, outside corner with a fastball. The backwards K of Zamora. And now Peraza. Angelo reached on an error to start the ball game and struck out in the 2nd. Like a few guys, had 2 at-bats in the first 2 innings. Zach Green on the outside corner for a strike. Off the corner this time, trying to nip at it again. I want to remind you folks, Travel Ball Select and Nations Baseball proud to announce the 2015 Travel Ball National Championship will return to this prestigious East Cobb baseball complex here in Atlanta for ages 9, 10, 11, 12, and 14. The 13U will be divided into 2 locations. The 60-90 classification of 13U will also be right here at East Cobb. The 13U at 54-80 split, that's 54 on the mound from mound to plate and 80 in the base pads, will be joined by the 8-year-olds. The 8U 13U Travel Ball National Championship will return to Baseball USA in Texas. Dates and all qualifying events will be posted on travelball.com on August 22nd. So Peraza reaches via the base on balls, and that'll get us to Nelson. Larry's reached twice. His 2-run homer started the scoring in the 1st, and he had an infield single in the 2nd. A little off-speed pitch stays high as Zach loses his footing on the mound.
And Larry's just had a great tournament. He's their go-to guy. Always making things happen.
And the runner breaking.
Read. Nice read on ball and dirt there.
Sure.
That's one of the things that separates this show team from all these other teams. They work on reading ball and dirt, that type of thing. It's a sophisticated game. They do the little things like that.
So Peraza now down into scoring position with great speed. Nelson's walked on 4 straight. It's a very dangerous time if you're a Georgia fan. They've done a great job of holding down this explosive California offense. 6 runs in the 1st inning, but they've held them quiet since, and we're in the 4th with 1 man gone. And they've been able to chip away at that lead with 3 runs a few innings ago. They have not been able to quite get to the top of the mountain and tie this thing up. But you can only hold down a great team like the San Diego Show for so long. Popped him up. Right center field and pretty deep. Ball continues to carry, and the center fielder gets over and makes the catch. Tagging at 2nd, Peraza headed over to 3rd.
So they've got another 1st-3rd situation, and they've got a 1-run lead, and we've been harping on this. They've got to make something happen here. You've got a 1st-3rd deal. Something has to be forced to score a run. A 2-run lead is 10 times bigger than a 1-run lead. It just is.
Cervantes now. Justin takes ball one, a fastball that gets over the head of Holly. Holly, the flip back to the plate. Green with a great play to put the swipe tag down. The runner's safe as the ball gets away. Now the relay down to third, gets into left field, and 2 runs score.
And we've got an injury out there at third base. Looks like Freeland got banged up. Coach Anthony being very aggressive, and I like it. 2 guys went down at third base. Wow. They're both banged up on Larry's slide.
So the fastball
Great
was
hustle.
high on the delivery to Cervantes. It got over the head of the catcher, Sam Holly. He did a great job of getting the ball and then flipping it to Green, who was covering, who did a great job of covering. And the play was close. And the slide may or may not have jarred the ball loose out of Green's hands one way or another. It was a bang-bang play. It was very, very close. The runner was safe. They then picked up the ball, tossed it down to third. That throw got away, 2 runs score. This one down the left field line and deep and hooking into the corner and fair. Rounding first, Cervantes headed into second, and he's in there with a 2-out double.
Going back to the play at home, it was a bang-bang, but it looked like the tag was on the back side of the plate and that the runner got to the front side in time. So the tag was there, but it looked like it was late and it was on the back part of the plate, not the front part of the plate where it needed to be. And then Larry just took off and absolutely caused havoc, which he does.
Oh boy, another wild pitch. Zach is really laboring out there.
Yeah.
Yep. Three-run lead right now, big. 4-run lead right now, monumental. Ground ball, deep second.
Nobody's there.
Nobody home.
Nobody's at first. Oh boy, that's big.
Run will score. Ball hit in no man's land, but the first baseman, brother, you've got to stay on that bag and, well, decide as quick as you can to get back. But
right.
At the same time, that was a tough decision-making process right there for 2 12-year-olds. Run scores 9-5.
Chris, 2 decisions that were not made there. One, the first baseman, the second baseman could have been more communicative early and said, I got it. He could have worked back. But the pitcher also has to break towards first.
Yes.
Neither one of those things happened. First baseman has to go after the ball until he's told different.
To left and deep, but foul.
And you're right, 3 runs to 4 is a big deal. Because in reality, they're down to 6 outs.
Right.
And in this situation, you get this is the finals. It's a more of a pressure situation. That's a strike. Yeah. With where the shortstop is right now, if you've got some speed at first base, you might want to go on first move, and even if they pick him, he probably can get there.
He is going. It's a ground ball to deep short. Freeland cross the diamond for the out. And the inning comes to a close, but 3 more runs added to the SoCal tally. And now they lead by 4 through 4.5. Or, pardon me, well, we head on.
Full.
Yeah, exactly right. Here on TravelBallSelect.com.
Hi, I'm Bryce Harper. And the only anti-glare product that I use is Warrior Black, and you should too.
I got a high ankle sprain going for a rebound.
Injuries are part of playing. I got hit catching a pass and broke my collarbone.
So it's good to know that the sports medicine doctors, therapists, and athletic trainers at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta are experts at treating young athletes. If your child suffers any kind of sports-related injury,
I got hit and dislocated my shoulder.
bring him to Children's Healthcare of Atlanta.
Top half of the fifth frame in Metro Atlanta. And a deep ball to start things. Left center field. Center fielder coming over, makes a call and the catch. One pitch, one out. Zach Green, the leadoff man, retired. Well, you need base runners, and you need a good many of them if you're Georgia.
And if you're the San Diego show, you need to throw a lot of strikes and make them hit. No freebies at this point.
Keaton Anthony, the batter now.
No freebies. Keaton's really shown us a lot through this weekend.
Sure.
Seems like we've seen him for 18 games now.
Strike at the letters.
Yep.
1-1.
Hit the high part of the strike zone.
Reached on an error in the first. Scored on the 2-run homer. Singled in the third. Scored on a 3-run homer. Ground ball deep, short. This will be tough. One hop. Got him.
Great play. Great play. Big fella. Collins.
Well, they need him to do something big again. San Diego, boy, if they could get through this inning 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, getting through Collins right now is a big deal.
Yes. Especially with, of course, Sapp on deck. Again, that's just how big getting those first 2 outs is. Those first 2 outs, nobody on base for Collins, maybe no one on for Sapp.
Just getting the leading lady there. Getting that first out's a big deal. That's a good pitch.
Yes, sir. Fastball outside corner.
And again, he's going in there throwing strikes.
Ground ball down to first. Stays with it. Stays calm. Pitcher covering. Got him. Inning over.
Good defense.
Beautiful defense in the top half of the 5th inning. And now San Diego, the show of Southern California. They'll come to the plate with a chance to maybe add some more runs, but they know they're 3 outs away from a national championship on travelballselect.com.
Great hitters aren't born. They're made. Swing Away makes them.
Hi, I'm Bryce Harper. If you want to be a better hitter, all you have to do is swing away.
Now, all baseball players and softball players can train like the pros. Hit anywhere, anytime, inside or out. Players of all ages and skill levels can get serious and immediate results with the Swing Away.
Swing Away will make you a better hitter, period.
You're just a swing away from becoming a great hitter at swingaway.com.
This is Nations Baseball.
Matty Ice to the plate, driven, high, deep, gone. Gets over the fence by about a foot.
Nations Baseball features the most complete roster and team classification systems in the country, allowing for true class play, matching teams of equal skill levels better than any other organization on the planet. Teams compete in Metro, Select, Elite, and Premier classes in leagues and tournaments around the nation for a chance to attend World Series and National Championship events in the most attractive locations in the country.
That's it. 3 in a row to first base, and that will end it.
Bottom of 5 from the East Cobb Baseball Complex here in Marietta, Georgia, in the Metro. And a change on the mound, by the way, for Signature Park. Team Combat from Georgia. Jacob Holly, Jake, is on the mound now for the boys in the camo. Interestingly enough, as you pointed out during the break, his brother's catching for him.
Got the Holly battery.
Anderson
Nice
swings
pitch.
and misses.
And I've seen this before. I've seen it here in a regional qualifier. And they did a nice job then, too.
Down to third. Costal fires. Got him.
Right to Campos now.
Justin's reached twice, 2 solid singles. The first one brought in a run. He's ahead in the count here, 1-0. So it'll be 4, 5, and 6 in the visitors' half of the final frame. Sapp, Freeland, and Schuler, the guaranteed 3 in the top of the final inning. Georgia down to their last 3 outs. Southern California, 3 outs away from a national championship. Holly to Campos, smoked into center field. Got a beat on it and got the second out. Fisher Pyatt has been lifted out of the ball game now, and Lawrence Nelson going to pinch hit for him.
I'll bet you Fisher goes back in, plays short. Foul ball hit hard.
Pyatt finishes 1 for 2 with an RBI ground out. An out RBI single, pardon me, and a ground out. He's retired 6-3 in the third and drove in the 6th run of that first inning with an RBI single. Almond tails outside. Now Pyatt also apparently a very good pitcher. I wonder if we'd potentially see him on the mound in the final inning. Already has 1 win to his credit in the championship. Holly kicks and fires, off-speed pitch that kind of dangles up there. And Nelson fouls it away. Holly to Nelson, 1-2. Tails outside with a fastball. Breaking ball that didn't quite break where he wanted it to. And you can see the grimace on the face of the young man. Always funny to see these young guys show the emotion. 3-2. Fastball, tails outside. So a 2-out walk. Always tough for a guy to come off the bench and be patient. Lawrence Nelson does that. So a ground out, a fly out, and then a walk to the pinch hitter Nelson. And now Zamora. No. Got a pinch hitter here as well. Zamora's been lifted out of the ball game in favor of Fry. Stephen Fry at the plate now. So Zamora's day at the plate done with a walk and a strikeout. Fry's first plate appearance. Did see some action earlier in this ball game as a courtesy runner. 5 runs, 3 hits, 1 error for Georgia. And 9 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error for California.
Like we might make a little change here. I don't know. What do you think?
I know he doesn't want to make a change.
No, maybe he's just talking to him.
He certainly does not want to make a change to get a new guy out there.
No.
Looks like he's going to leave him.
Yeah, all right. Just saying, hey, you know what? You're doing fine, buddy. Keep it going.
Holly checks and fires. A fastball that goes over the head of his brother. Moving down to second now is Nelson. And that could be a championship deciding run down there. 4 runs. Believe it or not, this may sound ridiculous, but 4-run lead so much bigger than 5. And a walk to Fry. Boy, oh boy, Holly retired the first 2 guys, Anderson and Campos, so quickly. But now he's kind of lost his control with Nelson and Fry, 2 pinch hitters, no less. And back to the top of the order in Peraza. Angelo reached on an error in the first, struck out in the second, a walk in the fourth.
You know, it's kind of good, too. And there might have been reason why Pyatt might have come out. You know, Anthony might have just been saying, you know what, I'm going to get you an AB in a national championship game.
Right.
You know, he's kind of that guy, too, where he's going to let his guys get a little bit of run in a national championship game, which is really cool.
Breaking ball inside corner.
He's right on top of the plate, isn't he?
He is, yeah. Line, of course, is the chalk line, of course, has been decimated.
Yes, absolutely.
But I've noticed there is no question. San Diego right on top of the plate. Deep ball.
Muscles up.
Headed towards the scoreboard and left. Back, and up against the fence. 1 run has scored. Schuler comes up with it in left, and the relay is dropped by Freeland, but no matter, no one else was breaking to the plate. A 10th runner scores for the show of San Diego.
Now, that goes right to our philosophy, our theory of the 5-run home run.
Right.
It's non-existent. You get to 5 and you're in great shape. Now they got their catalyst guy, Larry, here. He
and
just
this could be the
that.
game. 1 run is scored. They're going to wave the second runner to the plate. Peraza will score easily, and it's 12-2.
12-5.
12-5. An RBI single with a 2-run scoring by Nelson. He'll take second on the throw.
Now, I'm not a great mathematician, Chris, but if they get 1 more, is this done? Actually, I'm pretty good with my numbers.
Through 5. Yeah, that'll be 8. And you're right, that'll be it. Tricky hop. Gotta hurry. Got him.
I'll tell you what, if they didn't, they were in trouble because that run could have scored. That would have been a run rule.
Yep.
That's it.
Final frame we go. The show 3 outs away from a national title.
Yeah.
The show from San Diego, Southern California, trying to finish their trip to Metro Atlanta undefeated. They were undefeated through pool play, and they've made it through the bracket without a loss. And they're trying to make it through the winner's bracket and into this championship game and knock off all comers. They're now 3 outs away from a national championship in 2014. Hudson Sapp, Alex Freeland, and Josh Schuler, the scheduled 3 here in the top of the final frame. 0-2 count from Zamora to Sapp.
Sapp, it will swing at this pitch. He just took a fastball and a breaking ball for a strike. He's going to swing. Ball's going to be up. Yep, good call. So now, and here's a good example. So they threw the fastball up now, and now they're going to go down, and they're going to throw a breaking ball down. No ifs, ands, or buts. That's going to be the idea. Raise the sights, lower the sights, change in speed. Now we're going to bury one down. And wanted to, but didn't get it down.
So count even.
2-2. 2-2.
Well, it will take a rally of monumental proportions now. Smoked into right center field. That'll help.
Yeah, he can really hit. You better hurry, though.
Now, this could be close. A great throw coming into second. And he's in there sliding late, by the way. Boy, that's so dangerous, but a leadoff double for Sapp.
Very aggressive slide, good hard slide. Sapp's just a great little ball player. He's got a bright future. We've seen some fantastic players here.
Sapp now has reached all 3 times in this national championship game.
Yeah, and he could really run. He's not gonna. It's not a running situation, especially with a left-hander up. I doubt he's going to do that. They've got to, again. They've got to get 7. That's a long haul here.
Freeland with a strikeout and a walk so far.
I don't think the pitcher understands that they're trying to catch a flight. I think the catcher's trying to say, you know what? Let's just pound that zone. Let him hit. Babe Ruth is dead. They hit it out. Good for them.
First one.
Good pitch.
Outside corner with a fastball. And it's 0-1. Alex doesn't have as many hits, surely, today that he would have liked to add to his tally, but he's been a tough out. Sapp to third
and
on the
just
steal
as
attempt.
I said they shouldn't be going to third, what do? He steals third, and he would have made it easy, by the way.
Indeed.
And that's why I'm announcing and not coaching today.
Freeland with the foul ball, and it's now 0-2. They're giving him the right field line in the outfield. Deep at short, to say the least.
Good pitch. Buried that thing down.
1-2 count. Of course, as you would imagine, back at the corners as well. A prevent defense here.
I would even move my third baseman back just slightly more. Where I'm coming now is I'm going to come fastball in. Let's see what happens.
Down to first. Got the pitcher covering.
They got him.
For out number 1. So Freeland retired, first man out of the inning. Now Josh Schuler. Josh 0 for 2 with a line out to first. Remember that, to lead off the second inning. He absolutely smoked that ball.
Absolutely. He was out about 1 step out of the box, and he was done.
Just crushed it.
Absolutely.
But it was right into the hands of the waiting first baseman. And then it was flied out to the center fielder to end that productive third inning. He's behind 0-2 here. Want to remind you folks to join us next week right back here on the website for more national championship action.
Chris, next week we're going to be up on the big fields.
Yeah, absolutely.
We got the big boys. We got the 13, 14, 60, 90. Looking forward to that. I know one team pretty darn well, and actually I know a couple teams pretty darn well. One of my best buddies runs the East Cobb Astros at the 14-year-old level, and they've got to be the prohibitive favorite, being at home, and probably the most storied 14-year-old program in the last 8 years in the country.
You poke one out up there on the big fields, and
you've
done something.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are a guy.
I'll go up there and hit on those fields.
Yeah.
Yep. Zamora trying to close it down. Griffin Zamora's been so good today. Scooped at second. He'll hold on to it. The run will score, but it is saved from reaching the outfield. So 12-5 now on an infield single by Schuler.
So it's not nothing.
So far this is.
But it'll be something.
And now Jack Costel. Jack, one plate appearance, a strikeout to start the fourth. As he came in to pinch hit for Hunter Marsh. He hits one down to third. Whoa, I was about to say one out at second, but it screamed right past the covering second baseman. Well, runners at first and second with just one man out. So it's not over yet.
Coach Anthony's going to have a little powwow out there. He's going to say, boys, settle down. We got 2 outs to go, and if we hurry up, we can make our 9 o'clock flight. And if we don't, we're going to have to pay extra and go in the morning. I think he prefers the former, just saying.
And now Holly. Sam with a couple of flyouts.
Oh,
boy,
right
he gets caught right in the noggin.
Yeah, you know, he kind of ducked into that, unfortunately. That's a bases-loaded situation. Here comes his brother.
Well, now.
He's going to pull him. Anthony's going to pull his pitcher right now.
Zamora's been so good.
Yeah, he has.
You hate for
He's tired.
to his day to end this
He's
way,
tired.
but Griffin has been so good. And he will be lifted out of the ball game here in the 6th inning. And our new man on the mound will be, Matthew Slasner. Matthew Slasner. Of course, the innings have no bearing on the situation now unless they come back and tie this thing up and send us to further innings. 7 innings for Slasner so far. This is his 3rd appearance. 3 innings and 4 innings in each appearance. A double. Let's see, 2 hits in the inning. A fielder's choice with an error and an HBP. 12-6.
Kind of an uncharacteristic inning right here, Chris, for the San Diego team. And again, they're tired and they're thinking, hey, you know what? We just got 2 more outs. Let's get this done.
Yep.
And maybe a little anxious. But they've been playing solid defense really the whole tournament. They're the best defensive team here. Who won that up there? What's that? Arkansas won. What was the score?
The final of this one was 7-3. They won the 10U.
Yeah.
So Downs comes into courtesy run for Holly, by the way. And he'll be pitch run by Jake Holly. Or I'm sorry. Sam Holly reaches on the HBP and Josh Downs comes in to courtesy run for him. Now Downs can do that because he was lifted out of the ball game. This one going to eat up the shortstop Pyatt and allow a run to score. And now it's 12-7. And Rob, we're a base hit away.
We are. Do we know for sure if it's 12 or it's 13? Because I was under the impression it was 13.
I assume it's 12-6.
Yeah, I mean, well, 7 now, but
12-7, right.
We might have to.
12-7.
There's
Ground
a foul
ball. That is foul. Are we at 12-7 score keep?
So it is 12-7. Now that says 13, but they're going to fix 13-6. They're going to make 12-7.
Okay. So a base hit away from potentially bringing the tying run to the plate. Can you believe it? Boy, they scored that an error at short with Holly.
That was a tough play.
I got to tell you, I think that's an infield hit.
The runner at first base really was aggressive.
Well, no matter. Zach Green at the plate now. Schlesner fires. It's a chopper right back to him. They'll get one at the plate because the throw was high.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, Angelo did a
the
smart
ball game
job.
moving.
Yeah, Angelo did a good job. He didn't rush it. Made sure he got that sure out. That was a good play.
So the bases remain loaded with Keaton Anthony at the plate. And Keaton takes strike one. Again, Rob, if Anthony were to reach, which would drive in a run or two,
tying run
we'd then
comes
be
home.
to Collins. And this one gets away. To the plate, Downs, safe. Throw gets away, rolling around the infield, and now
they're not going to take a chance
wisely
now.
staying at third base is Holly. Jacob.
So we got a 12-8.
Oh, my goodness.
So very, very interesting.
Again, for those of you not quite aware, if Anthony could reach somehow, two of the best hitters in this entire tournament are on deck and in the hole. Strike outside corner, it's 1-2. The show now one strike away from the national title. Well, we didn't know if we'd have any drama this inning. Schlesner the pitch. Ground ball down to short. Over to first. And there it is. The San Diego Show from San Diego, California come away with the 2014 Travel Ball 12U National Championship.
Okay.
Well, hand them the trophy, shake hands, and say adios, guys. Take it easy because,
Chris,
well, they got a plane to catch.
It's been a long day, but it's been a great day. We've seen some unbelievable baseball. 13 home runs, numerous other ones to the wall.
Count.
Some incredible baseball.
What a great, great week it has been. The show from San Diego. Take out signature Park Team Combat from Houston, Georgia. Southern California over Georgia. 12-8 your final for our entire crew, including Amy Edwards, the lady in charge, and my broadcast partner, Rob Bruno. I'm Chris Mooneyham. Thanks for joining us for the 2014 12U Travel Ball National Championship right here on TravelBallSelect.com.